You tell a sick joke with the express understanding that neither party is really like that. I wouldn't tell a sick joke.
This is Ricky Gervais, the no-holds-barred comedian with zero filter and a sharp eye for hypocrisy.
This ring your dead wife left you is worth fuck all, and she's made you look a right cunt on telly.
From calling out Hollywood's biggest stars to roasting the latest trends in woke culture, Ricky's dry wit and blunt honesty leave no one safe. He's been called everything from transphobic to racist, yet he remains unfazed.
I don't want any fat people to feel uncomfortable at one of my gigs, so next time buy 2 seats. I'm joking.
Are you ready to brace yourselves? Because we're diving into some of the very boldest takes, and there's one of his jokes in particular that might just change how you see him. Ricky Gervais, comedian, actor, writer, and the master of no-nonsense comedy. Known for The Office, he doesn't sugarcoat anything. Ricky's comedy is all about saying what others are too scared to say, no matter how uncomfortable. Hollywood, fame, society's quirks, nothing is safe from his clever, fearless takes. Let's dive into that one time Ricky absolutely roasted Hollywood at the Golden Globes.
I don't care. Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist.
Yes, diversity. It's all the rage in Hollywood these days, but here's the thing. Diversity doesn't mean ticking boxes to get everyone's approval. You can't just do anything in the name of diversity, hoping to please every race and group out there. In fact, people know when it's just a show. Ricky made that pretty clear. He's like, come on, just be real. No one's built to be this perfect democratic robot, right? Just be yourself, don't fake it, and that's exactly what he did. No faking, no nonsense. And then there was the infamous Caitlyn Jenner joke. People got it twisted.
No, it's the old-fashioned with it. And now the old-fashioned, they go like, oh, they want to use our toilets. Why shouldn't they use your toilets? For ladies.
They started thinking it was about her gender. It wasn't. Ricky was just poking fun at the absurdity of celebrity culture itself. His point? No matter who you are or how you identify yourself, your actions still have consequences. That's Ricky's humor, taking shots at the woke culture with a big dose of reality. Ricky's the guy who doesn't just talk about Hollywood, Twitter, or any hot topic. He rips them apart with jokes that most people wouldn't even dare to think, let alone say. His humor is like a knife through butter, sharp, quick, and absolutely no room for sensitivity. And if you're sitting there waiting for him to apologize, nah, I don't think so. He doesn't just make people laugh, he makes you think, makes you cringe, and maybe even start a heated argument at Thanksgiving dinner. And that's his goal, to speak his mind, and if you don't like it, tough stuff. And let's not forget his classic line, you're not right just because you're offended. Drop the mic, Ricky.
Well, when you go on the Golden Globes, a lot of time you are politically incorrect and hilarious, of course.
And wow, did Ricky hit a nerve with that one. Seriously, in today's world, getting offended is like a competitive sport. Everyone's got a gold medal in it, honestly. People are so quick to get triggered that you'd think there was a prize for being the most outraged. These woke warriors are like self-proclaimed moral police, and it's taken them to this delusional land where they think they're untouchable and pure. If you're offended, guess what? That's on you. It's not our job to walk on eggshells just so you can stay comfy. And if it's a joke, one that everyone else is howling at, maybe it's not me. Maybe it's you who's just, well, the odd one out. No offense though, of course.
Offense is about feelings, and feelings are personal. Some people are offended by equality. So what?
But if you keep canceling every comedian, every artist, every regular Joe with an opinion, pretty soon we're gonna be left with, what, silence? And even that might get canceled. Imagine being told you can't even be quiet anymore because that's somehow offensive. I mean, at this rate, who knows?
Humanity, which we mentioned, is your first comedy special in 7 years, and you say that it's the right time for it, the subject matter.
It's like George Carlin once said, it's a comedian's job to find where the line is drawn, then deliberately cross it and make the audience enjoy the ride. If you can't laugh at life, at the mess, at the chaos, then what's the point of living? And just when you thought cancel culture was the peak of absurdity, nope, you've got it all wrong. At this point, I don't even know if these people are mentally okay. Now get this, somebody told Ricky Gervais that being fat is the same thing as being gay. Excuse me? Is there some trendy new woke take on life that I just don't get?
I was listening to the radio in England a few weeks back, Radio 4, quite highbrow. There was a discussion about political correctness. My name came up straight away, right?
It wasn't just Ricky who was lost. It's people like you and me who are sitting here thinking, wait, what planet are we on now? At this point, being politically incorrect is just the new common sense. But the kicker? Only they are politically correct. The rest of us, congrats, we're now officially in the politically incorrect crew. Welcome.
You can't choose your sexuality. As we've established, you choose whether to eat too much or not, you know?
Now, in 2024, we're supposed to imagine a female with a penis. Yep, that's where we're at. Forget what we know about biology. Apparently, biology is just out of the window now?
With your sexuality, you're born, you grow up, you discover you like same-sex relationships, and that's it. You're gay, okay?
And then there's the classic, well, gender's just a social construct.
All women, I mean the old-fashioned ones, you know, the old-fashioned women. Oh, God, you know, the ones with wombs. Oh.
And let's not forget the woke warriors with their religious woke takes.
Because the insurance companies won't pay us because they're saying it's an act of God. Well, what isn't an act of God?
Like, did God send you a text message? Are you the new chosen one? Because from where I'm standing, it looks a whole lot like you're just delusional.
What do they know, okay? Have they got a hotline to God? They call him up, do they? Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Could I speak to God, please?
It's like mental gymnastics, but Olympic level stuff. If God's handing out personal texts, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be the one getting a direct message here.
Did you make a tree fall on Steve Baxter's car? There's a lot of Steve Baxters. Steve Baxter, 2 Acacia Road.
And this is why I admire Ricky. He's not picking sides. He's calling out all of this madness, no sugarcoating, no sides. He's just out there telling it like it is, unfiltered, blunt, and somehow he manages to make it so clear what's legit and what's just laughable. No shouting, no getting all high and mighty. I mean, it's like the perfect mic drop every time.
But these people are virtue signaling. They're trying to bring people down to raise their own status. And they say it's because, no, we're protecting minorities. Like,
so, next time you see some absurdity, just go ahead and say, guess I'm woke now. Because if the only way to stay woke is by agreeing with the insane circus of correctness, then I'll happily remain as politically incorrect as humanly possible. The Ricky Gervais way. Nope, we're not finished yet, guys. Buckle up because we're diving into the ultimate hot topic right now. The gender debate. Yeah, you probably saw that coming. Come on, I mean, it's 2024. What else did you expect? How about that time he joked about gender? Boy, don't even get me started. Suddenly, biology, the thing we all learned in middle school, was offensive? You mean the same biology that told us XX and XY chromosomes define us? Yeah, I mean that one, right?
for ladies. They are ladies. Look at their pronouns. What about this person isn't a lady?
Ricky's take on the gender debate is simple. He's not out there throwing hate or attacking anyone's identity. He's just pointing out what's real. If someone identifies as a woman but still has male anatomy, well, newsflash, it's not the same as being biologically female. Sorry to burst the bubble. Feelings, hormones, emotions, they're important, and Ricky's the first to say respect everyone, but trying to blur the lines just for the sake of it, I mean, that can get messy. Now, Ricky's not against the trans community, not even close, but when one group's rights start stopping all others, things really get a bit tricky. Remember that infamous Caitlyn Jenner joke we talked about? People lost their minds, thinking Ricky was attacking her gender.
The big controversy last time I did it was a Caitlyn Jenner joke, right? Oh, outrage on Twitter the next day. And by outrage, I mean a couple of people going, it was transphobic.
But the thing is, that wasn't even the point. He was calling out the absurdity of celebrity culture. His message? You can identify as whoever you want, but if you mess up, you're still responsible for your actions. That's called accountability, folks. I mean, that's the beauty of comedy. Ricky's philosophy is simple. Jokes are meant to make people laugh. Some will laugh, some won't, and that's perfectly fine. But these days, it seems like woke culture has turned into a game where everything is offensive. You say one thing, offended. You say another thing, offended. At this rate, you can just say hey, and bam, you're cancelled. So, being the brave soul that he is, Ricky thought, alright, let's give this whole woke comedy thing a shot. And he really tried, guys. He really did, but let me tell you, it was about as exciting as watching a brick wall dry.
When someone says to me about another comedian, they say, oh, they're not funny. Even if I agree with them, I stand up, I say, well, you can't say that. You've got to say, you don't find them funny, you know? And I hate it when people say, that joke was offensive. I gotta say, no, you've got to say, you found it offensive.
Because here's the deal. Comedy needs an edge. It needs to make you sit up, look around and think, did he just say that? But woke comedy, it's more like, let me apologize before I even get to the punchline. Where is the fun in that? Like, where? I mean, actually, where? I don't see it. If we're all too scared to laugh, then what are we even doing here? We might as well sit in the corner by ourselves thinking we're the main character while the rest of the world gently tells you, no, it's you, buddy, you're the problem.
It could be anti the bad thing. It depends on the actual joke. And this woman said, you should never make jokes about food allergies.
And somehow, woke went from being some obscure term to the new buzzword everyone's throwing around like confetti. It's like they all woke up one day and thought, hey, I'm woke now, time to cancel everything that moves. You want to stay woke? Fine, but don't act surprised when people start tuning out because you're offended by every little thing.
Because it's all about feelings, and feelings are personal. And there's loads of types of comedy, and comedy evolves, you know. There's a new type of comedy at the moment called woke comedy, right?
Speaking of offense, remember when Ricky cracked a joke about illegal immigrants? The woke warriors were ready to light their torches, my goodness.
Well, I am woke now, and I can prove it. Here you go. I love illegal immigrants. Yes!
Love him or hate him, Ricky Gervais is not going anywhere. Not everything has to fit into some societal justice checkbox or a diversity list. Sometimes a joke is just a joke. And guess what? It's okay if it offends you. But just don't go crying about it for weeks. Life's too short. Ricky gets it. Doesn't mean you have to. But what do you think? Has Ricky gone too far? Or do you think that what he's doing is absolutely right? Well, let us know in the comment section down below and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.